Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. One of the absolute best parts of traveling is getting to experience a place through its food, right?
Yeah.
But so often that can be a bit of a budget buster.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. But it really doesn't have to be.
Right. And today we're going to deep dive into exactly that, how to find amazing local eats without breaking the bank. And for you, our listeners, we all try to deliver those juicy insights in the most efficient way possible so you can take action.
Absolutely. And this deep dive is like a masterclass in affordable culinary travel, packed with actionable tips and even some fun facts that'll help you impress your friends.
Exactly. We want you to come away from this not just with a full stomach, but with some serious foodie street cred. So, to guide us on this delicious journey, we've been poring over Feast on a Dime, discovering local flavors without breaking the bank.
Great book.
It is. Okay, so let's jump right in. First things first, research. It might seem obvious, but it can make all the difference.
Absolutely. Feast on a Dime stresses that pre-trip research is key. Use websites, travel forums, even social media like Instagram and Pinterest.
Oh, Pinterest is a gold mine. I get lost in those food photos for hours.
Right, and the book makes this really interesting point about taking inspiration from Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, yeah, a legend.
Right. He was incredible at finding those hidden gems, the authentic holes in the wall, with amazing food that weren't just tourist traps.
Like, think about how he'd approach a new city. He wouldn't just go to the fancy, well-known places. He'd be looking for where the locals eat. Maybe a little cafe filled with older folks or a spot where you see workers grabbing lunch.
It's about going deeper than the surface level, beyond what's curated for tourists, and finding that unfiltered local experience.
That makes total sense. Okay, so we've done our research, maybe channeled our inner Bourdain. Now what? Well, one of the most consistently effective tips is super simple. Eat where the locals eat.
It sounds obvious, but there's a reason why this advice is timeless. Locals by nature are in tune with where to find the best food for their money.
Exactly. They're not swayed by fancy decor or a prime tourist location.
Right. And they're not paying tourist prices. The book gives this great example, talking about small izakayas in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, I love those. There are these Japanese pubs that served incredible small plates.
And they're often tucked away in these unassuming neighborhoods just packed with locals.
It's like you're getting this insider access to a whole other level of the city's food scene.
And the book also says, pay attention to where locals go for lunch. That's often a surefire sign of a great and affordable spot.
It's like this real life, delicious treasure hunt. Okay, so we staked out the local spots. What else? Well, the book, and I totally agree, recommends exploring street food scenes.
Oh, definitely. Street food is like the heart and soul of a city's culinary culture, and it's almost always way more budget-friendly than a restaurant.
Plus, there's just this energy, this vibrancy you get from being out there, right?
Totally. Feast on a Dime mentions these amazing examples like the night markets in Taiwan.
Oh, those look amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And of course, there are the classic taco stands in Mexico City.
Okay, now I'm officially starving. But the book makes this great point about using the wisdom of the crowds with street food, right?
Yes. If you see a long line, chances are it's a good sign. People aren't going to wait forever for mediocre food, especially when they have other options.
Especially when they're locals who know where to go. That line is like a stamp of approval.
Right. It means you've likely found something special, probably at a great price. Plus, with street food, you get to try so many different things without committing to a whole meal.
Like your own personal tasting menu. Okay, but let's be real. We live in a digital world, and our phones can be a huge help when it comes to finding affordable food.
Absolutely. The book talks about using apps like Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google Maps.
I use all three of those religiously when I travel.
Right. And those user reviews, they give you such valuable insight into both the quality and the price range of different places.
Plus, you can often filter by price range, see pictures of the food, get a sense of the atmosphere.
Exactly. But the book also suggests some other cool apps that you might not think of, like Eat With or Meetup.
Oh, yeah, those are cool. They're not as well known, but they
Yeah.
can be really fun.
Yeah. What's neat about those platforms is that they offer a more immersive experience. With Eat With, you can connect with locals who host meals in their homes.
Wow, so you're not just getting a meal, you're getting a whole cultural exchange, right?
Exactly. It's about sharing stories, connecting with people, and enjoying authentic home-cooked food. And Meetup can also have groups centered around local food experiences.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about research, we've talked about tech, but there's something else that can really enhance your budget-friendly food journey. embracing local customs, particularly when it comes to meal times.
That's such a good point. Understanding how locals approach food and dining can help you save money and experience things more authentically.
And the book gives a perfect example, the Menu del Dia in Spain.
Ah, the Menu del Dia. It's like a lunchtime institution.
I love those. For those who haven't had the pleasure, can you explain what a Menu del Dia usually is?
Sure. It's basically a fixed price lunch menu, usually offered during the week. You get a starter, a main course, often a dessert or coffee, and sometimes even a drink.
And all for a much lower price than ordering a la carte.
Exactly. It's a fantastic way to have a satisfying lunch without spending a lot.
And it's something you wouldn't necessarily know about if you weren't aware of local customs.
Exactly. So be open to trying things a little differently, and you might be surprised by what you discover.
Right. Okay, so now for a bit of fun. The book highlights some interesting facts and key figures in the world of culinary exploration. And no surprise, Anthony Bourdain's name comes up again.
He really was a trailblazer in encouraging people to explore authentic food and recognize its connection to culture and history.
Totally. He showed us that food can be this incredible window into a place. Okay, but now for some really quirky facts. The book mentions that insects like crickets and grasshoppers are a cheap and protein-rich food in parts of Southeast Asia.
It's definitely a different perspective for many Westerners, but from a nutritional and cost standpoint, it makes perfect sense in those cultures.
It really challenges our ideas about what's considered food, right?
Absolutely. And then there's this amazing fact. The world's longest pizza, it was made in Italy and stretched for over a mile and a half.
A mile and a half of pizza. That's
But
incredible.
while not directly a budget tip, it shows the universal love for this affordable and delicious food.
And the lengths people will go to for it. And finally, the book mentions the incredible variety and convenience of vending machines in Japan. You can get everything from hot ramen to pizza from a vending machine.
It's really fascinating. Those vending machines offer a huge range of high-quality food at really affordable prices, available 24/7.
It's like a glimpse into a future of accessible, budget-friendly eating. Okay, we've covered a lot. So for you, our listeners, what's the key takeaway from all of this?
The main message is this. Traveling on a budget doesn't mean sacrificing great food. By using these strategies and engaging with local food cultures, you can have amazing culinary experiences without spending a fortune.
It's about being curious, open-minded, and willing to venture a little off the beaten path. So there you have it, folks. We've given you some really effective ways to enjoy incredible local cuisine without breaking the bank.
Hopefully this deep dive has given you some ideas and inspiration for your next trip.
Absolutely. So here's a final thought for you to consider. Beyond just saving money, how might seeking out affordable local food lead to deeper cultural connections and a richer understanding of the places you travel? Food is so much more than just sustenance. It's a powerful way to connect with a place and its people. Thanks for joining us on this delicious deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.